Hi guys, I'm Shmee, hello and welcome back to the channel where you join me for what is now part 11 of building my dream garage. As you probably know, we are transforming what was previously a milking parlour. Yes, believe it or not, it was a milking parlour on a farm here in England, and it is becoming my dream garage. Today, Martin and Webbo from Novus are cracking on at the moment with the storage area. There's going to be an office space and a storage room over to that side, but we're heading over to the Grandstand. Something a lot of people have asked about, something I've mentioned a few times, but we've actually got basically three things to talk about today. Number one is the lighting for the halo space, sitting beneath all of the boards that we've now installed up here to give that feeling of being at a motorsport venue, bringing in some of the partners of the Shmuseum into the space where we're going to be fitting some lighting. I've mentioned it quite a few times. A number of you guys have spotted that it's not particularly bright in that space. Well, we have a solution, and today we're going to be getting that fitted up and showing you. Now over here, where we have the ESG switchable privacy glass, there's some more things to touch on inside. In fact, you will spot some manufacturer sign illuminated logos that are going to be going up today as well. Plus, I've touched on this a little bit, but the smart home side of things. There is so much going on in here, all fairly affordable things, to be honest. Brad gave me a demonstration. I got obsessed with it. I've shown you some things, but watch out. If you have the Amazon system, and this is playing quite loudly, it might be a difficult video today. Anyway, there's a lot to crack on with. I want to start by showing you some of this, what we're going to be doing, get all of this rocking and rolling, because later on today, this space is going to be looking seriously cool. Part one, at the moment we have the F1 show car here. I think eventually this is going to be the space for the Zenvo, probably, because it's the Halo car in the collection, quite literally. But this has been living here, and a fair few people have said, why don't I go and put this up on the wall or something like that? And truthfully, I like it being at ground level because you get that, well, firstly, perspective of what it actually looks like, and secondly, if you want to hop in it and make some V10 noises, you can, and that's quite fun because let's be real, we're all kids when it comes to these things at the end of the day. So in here, obviously we have the Shmuseum logo. It's really echoey in here. It's the first time I've noticed that. Ah, interesting. The Shmuseum logo on the end wall. Obviously when there's a car in, that makes the strangest of differences coming out from in there. Anyway, we're going to turn that on, but I'll show you that in a second. Over this way, if I squeeze through the lounge, this is not final setup. We've got lots of stuff absolutely everywhere. We also have a few logos, which are going to be going up on this back wall. The Ford logo I've had for a long time, the Ferrari logo picked up a couple of years ago, the Mercedes logo a little bit more recently, but three brands that have a big part in my car collection, you could say. This is what today is mostly about though. The team from Hexagon Lighting have put together a very bespoke kit. Now, Hex lighting has of course become a big thing, but I wanted to do this a little bit differently. And this is where we have the layout that's going to be going into this space. We've got the chevrons, we've got the outer box, made up of all of the parts in their kit here, which is all beautifully well explained. Plus, well, Martin's probably working on that. I can tuck into some Haribo, but we've got all of the connectors, we've got all of the lights underneath, we've got all of the cabling, and I'm going to show you more of that in a moment while we get it all set up. But over here, where we have the Alexa system. Now, this can all be controlled via the app on my phone, via pressing buttons on the devices, and we have many devices around the garage, or by talking to it. Now, for this system, we've got a lot of plugs, we've got a lot of switches. So obviously we've got the switches on the wall for the lounge spotlights in here, for example, but you could also just talk to it. Alexa, lounge spotlights off.
Okay.
That simple, that easy. Not only can you then, you can tap it, you can go back to home, you can go and play with the different system, you can have different groups. So for example, we can have everything to turn off. We can have just this room. We can have just the upstairs. We actually have the upstairs off at the moment, but I can show you that in a moment. Or, and this is probably the coolest thing about this, if I just close these doors for a second, we challenged ESG whether we could do this, and the answer was a resounding yes. Alexa, glass on.
Okay.
How cool is that? How cool is that? The whole space, in fact, while you're looking at the Halo space over here, the sign, Alexa, Halo logo on.
Okay.
It's that simple. It's brilliant. It's utterly brilliant what you can do. So when we walk out, at just one spoken command while we're locking, we can set everything and make sure it's all turned off. There's so much you can do with this. I mean, at the moment, for example, if I come over here, just because obviously I need to be near where the devices are, and there's quite a lot of background noise. For upstairs, if you can get a view of upstairs, need to wait for that to finish. There's a detector where I'm standing. Alexa, offices on. And that will turn on all of the upstairs office lights. So all the lights are on it, even the main barn lights. All of the memorabilia is on it as well. So if I just come over towards this one, if you look over that way towards the gas pumps, for example, Alexa, memorabilia on. That will turn on all of the gas pumps around the room. Things like the traffic light, things like those new signs, they're all wired up. In fact, you can do each one individually. Alexa, Ferrari logo off.
Okay.
It's that simple. It's crazy what you can do with this. I would quite like to give you a demo of the mood lighting setup. There'll be more lighting out here, but knowing that they're using saws and all sorts of equipment, that would be a bad time to give that a go. So we're going to start unboxing the kit. The Hexagon Lighting have very kindly sent me, lay out the plan for where all of this is going to go, and then start figuring out how we get it installed and seeing what that's going to look like. But car in the halo bay with this kind of lighting right above it, this is going to be awesome. I'm coming around with this because we actually planned in advance. So in here is the cabling that this will need. Everything's basically ready for it. We have switches. We won't necessarily need switches, but firstly, we need to figure out exactly what we've got, because the way this works is effectively a jigsaw puzzle of connectors, 180-degree connectors, 90-degree connectors, T connectors, the cables, and all of those parts. And then, if we come through, obviously the actual lights themselves, which will go up on the wall. Wow, they weigh absolutely nothing. So we'll be building our layout here in this space using all of these parts, ready to then use the laser, project it up onto the ceiling, make sure we've got it all in the right position, mount it all, and I think it's going to be quite simple and plain sailing. That's the hope, at least. We've got the LED light strips in place. Now to work on various of the connectors, just to basically put everything in the right positions. This is quite simple, to be honest. We need 180 connectors, straight lines. These go pretty much all the way around, not on the corner, obviously. But this is all designed, made to measure, if you will, all of the right parts. Martin has come over here to join us. Sorry for dragging you away.
That's okay.
But when it comes to measuring stuff out and getting it right, I think you need to be involved.
You are correct, once again.
And I'm trying very carefully not to walk on anything. So step one is to...
Well, in order to set this out, we've got to find the centre of the room in both directions. So hence, I've already found the centre this way. I've measured the track in its overall width, and I'm going to mark a line down either side, and I can figure out where my fixing holes are going to be.
So we get all of this to the right spot. At the moment, we've obviously got a loose layout of the chevrons. Obviously, this is going to be connected to all of the smart home system as well, which also has things like cameras outside and all of that, which is wonderful. And then it will all be wired together. And wiring it together, I guess, is going to be an interesting one. That's where your clever skills with all the trunking will come in.
We can hide anything.
I probably shouldn't be distracting you.
No, but you are.
My bad.
Thank you.
Exiting.
Goodbye.
I feel like we need to explain what just happened.
These are the new Halo Bay lights. I
lasers.
do hope you like them. We decided to bin the chevron idea and just go with red for stop and green for go. Not really.
Port and starboard.
Absolutely.
Ready to rock and roll.
So, it's almost impossible to set this out with your hands above your head on the ceiling. So the idea is you make your chevron light detail with your light box on the floor, find out where your measurements are, to get it central, mark the floor, laser meets the two lines, transfers onto the ceiling, job done. So we now know when our lights go in there, they're going to be equidistant from that side and that side. So all we need to do now is do the same exercise front to back, and then we can mark out where the fixing holes are, which are in here.
Yeah.
Mark them on the floor, transfer them to the ceiling. No messy marks on the ceiling because the holes are already there to fix the lights up.
Everything just goes in.
Sounds easy.
We're heading over this way to join Webbo for a minute.
Yep, so before we put any more sheets of ply on the wall, we need to brace it back to the outside. Otherwise, what will happen is Webbo will put some ply on and then be squashed flat with the wall on him. We don't want that. We've still got a lot of work to do. Because if you look here, you can see that we've got the leaning wall of Pisa. So we brace it back before we put any more load on the wall. So that's our next little job.
This is the case all the time when we can just quickly answer. People were asking why we didn't build it flat on the ground and then hoist it up.
2 reasons. One, it's 3.7 metres high, and trying to lift it up off the floor with 2 of us would be tricky. Plus, if people watched some earlier videos, we had to put the base plate down whilst the gazebos were in, so that Cure knew where they were going to finish, because we didn't want to put a paint finish inside the storeroom, because it would be pointless.
Absolutely.
Question answered. So please feel free to ask as many more questions as you like. We'll answer them one at a time.
So while we were over lining up lights, we've now got all the braces, the supports, the
noggins, transoms, horizontal bits, call them what you like. Yeah, extra bits of tree.
Basically holding all
So
of them.
effectively what it does is it provides us another point of fixing horizontally. Again, you're going to be fixing many things on here, so the more rigidity we have in the wall, the stronger it is. There'll be no danger of any damage to anything.
It's really
hopefully.
super simple because it's the 3 boards
Correct.
marked out nice and good. This is our double door.
Yep.
Nice big entrance to the storage room. It's magic. It's pretty easy, isn't it?
Of course it is. Anybody could do it. So why aren't you?
Yes,
you stick on that side, I'll stick on this side.
Well, Martin and Brad are working on the lights over there. Webbo has a few more boards up here already in that brick style layout. That's quickly becoming a wall. The reason, obviously, for using the plywood is so that we can hang heavier things onto it. And if we poke our heads around the back, you can see how it has some supports already in place, which is happening very, very quickly. Also, we've just had a delivery over here of some new glass. These are, of course, for the doors of the upstairs offices. So that is very exciting to get those installed at some point very soon as well. So yeah, this is all happening. This is all coming together. The question's going to be what goes in there first? Is it going to be the F1 car? Is it going to be something else? I'll tell you what else is happening today, actually. The Emira is going to be heading out for a while because my dad is going to be borrowing this car. I think that means that we're going to be parking his Aston in here. I think that's the plan for the time being. While he borrows this, well, I am of course going to be off on the one and only Gumball 3000, all happening very, very soon. A little bit of progress. Martin's off on lunch, so Brad is the new Martin for the minute.
Schmartin.
Schmartin. Sorry, Schmartin, not Martin.
Schmartin. So Martin, before he went for lunch, has finished off putting all of these up with a bit of a team effort, I think. And now the moment of truth, we've got a plug that's now plugged in.
Let me stand back.
So I should be able to hopefully turn on with a press of a button.
Hit
Ready?
the button.
3, 2, 1.
Sweet. That's actually really bright.
I mean, that's the lighting people have asked for, right? That no longer looks really bright.
That's true. Wait, hold on. I'm going through here for a second. This is quite cool. Alexa, glass off.
Okay.
Because why not?
This is good.
Wow, that's really bright.
And this is just the outer edge. We've still got
Well, the
these two.
chevrons, so I guess we've got 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 14 bars already on. We've got 8 more to go, so it will get a little bit brighter, but not bad, not bad. We've just had an off-camera swap around. We now have the DB11, which you might have seen on the channel a few times before. In fact, it hasn't been for a fair few years, but we went to collect this a long time back. The Emira has now departed, so that's going to be resident here for a short while. The Emira has gone. We're going to be cracking on with that, but we actually need to pop out for a quick errand for a moment as well. So we'll see how this is getting on when we get back in a moment. We are back at base and back continuing with the Hexagon Lighting. Chevrons going in now. The guys are working together to just make sure everyone goes exactly down the center line, obviously lining up also with the Halo logo that we have at the back. We've got the 4 chevrons to go into place. They individually need to be all wired in. That's going to work nicely. And then we're going to start to see how all of this shapes up. Also, over on that side, check that out. That's happening really fast, really, really fast, which is very cool. Jump ahead, ignore the wiring, we're just testing. Let me slide the F1 car back in for the moment. We're going to be continuing this in just a second, but let me pop this in here because how good does that look? under the lights in the halo bay. We've still got the chevrons to go, but you can already see some of the reflections and things. And you know what else? With all of the smart home things in here, I haven't really shown you this, but we can also, for example, just say, Alexa, turn off shutter side. Boom, that goes off. Alexa, turn off lift side. Boom, mood lighting. We've had a little look at that before. It's just fun that you can do all of this stuff. And then of course, we've got the lounge area. Alexa, turn off lounge spotlights. Boom. It's that easy. It is that easy. And then in here, check that out. Oh, sorry, nearly shut you out there. That's going to be so good when all of the lights are on, when we're fully done. Oh, right. Pack up for the evening, roll on tomorrow. We're back in action and we're doing doors.
Yep, today is door day.
This is a big step up.
Right, you'll also notice that I'm just making a couple of adjustments because these springs, when they first come out of the box, could be set at any pace. So we like to make sure they close quite gently.
That's very swish. So again, these are from ESG, as per the switchable glass downstairs. We've got the matching handles to go on the doors as well. It's going to be a big step up. So done this media room, done the collectibles room down the far end.
Now the most important room, apparently.
Oh, I think so.
It must be my office then.
You moving in?
Yep. I'm never leaving.
Because you had pre-set this, right? All of the points top and bottom where they...
Yeah, these were all done as we put the fixed glass in. We've set our gaps and put the bottom plates, the top pivots in. It just makes this bit a little bit easier, I hope. And it's worked all right for the last two rather.
I was going to say, is there a mystery door I don't know about somewhere?
Yeah, it'll be on the invoice, just pay it.
The difficult challenge of lining it up.
Yeah, that's because the two that I did off camera worked. There we go.
There we go.
Worked straight away. So clearly, always as
the curse of the camera, Martin. The curse of the camera.
I should be used to it by now. So you'll also notice I put some blue pads on the glass there, so I can rest the door in the closed position.
Yes. Okay, I'm with you.
See, and that's where my top pivot's going to go.
Nice and simple. This is huge. Going to have the enclosed rooms upstairs. And in the meantime, check this out. Head over this way. We've got more of the studs. Obviously, loads more of the boards up in place as well. This will seamlessly run down over the front. You can start to see how all of that's going to shape up. Not the easiest now to get into the storeroom. In fact, I need to squeeze back out here past everything, and it would be an entry through that for the time being. Obviously, there's going to be a cut here. You can see where the door is going to be when those boards are done. And then over this way also, there'll be the door entry through there. But that's starting to give a small sense of what that wall is going to be like. To obviously have a lot of stuff down it. It will be continued, blocked off that way also. That's a big change. That is a big visual change, having those massive, massive boards up. This is exciting. Things are changing in here. Lots of lasers. Feels like we're in the Matrix.
Well, in order to get things level, as required by you, Tim, we've checked the level through on the logo next door. Bradley's helped me with the laser. He's now going to come and help me hold this to make sure it's... Is that the right way up?
That way around, mate.
Thank God you're here, Bradley. Without you, this job is doomed, sir. Doomed.
Basically.
Okay, so laser down the middle of the logo.
This is like the Blue Peter. Here's one we prepared earlier with some holes in the wall ready to mount it. Basically, we've got the Ford logo, the Mercedes-Benz logo, and the Ferrari logo, being three brands that, of course, I have quite a few cars, or have owned or will own quite a few cars. They're going to be height positioned to, when you're looking from the other side, look very even.
Would you like to do this one? Go on.
Yeah?
Be part of the Shmuseum.
Are you holding it?
I've got it for you.
Right, so you literally just screw it in.
Yes.
Is it that simple?
Yes. Even you can do this.
I think Brad's pretty good at handy DIY stuff. Okay, I take it back.
No, he is quite good.
Well, we need to go and show what's going on next door.
Yeah.
We can't do that.
We've done some.
till you finish this.
Oh, okay, hold on.
There's some wiring. Not finished wiring.
Not all the way in,
temporary
Brad.
How far?
That's it. So it stays put.
for the moment.
Would you like me to plug it in?
Yeah, why not? And then does it have the all the smart everything?
Of course.
Yeah, watch. Schmartin says Mercedes on.
Wrong one.
You've got to say, Alexa, Mercedes logo on.
Okay.
Oh, that's not going to work, is it?
No.
Well, what you can't see is Martin actually plugged in the wrong one anyway, so.
Alexa, Mercedes logo off.
Okay.
Way. I appreciate the intent.
Alexa, laser off.
Sorry, I didn't find a group or device named Laser.
But you turned it off anyway.
Did she?
Oh, yes.
Should we explain why Brad has the drill?
Well, this is apprenticeship stage 2. He seemed to be quite capable of holding a tape measure and a laser. So, yes, that's brilliant. That's exactly where I've marked it.
So Martin, as you often point out, until you've done an official handover, these are your walls.
They are, and if he ruins my wall, he will pay dearly. Although, harking back to videos of old, 15 minutes of painting doesn't make you a painter, does it?
Savage. Are we intentionally?
Mate, you're on your own.
Are we intentionally in the dark?
Always when we work with him.
Alexa,
Darkness helps the laser.
Alexa, lounge spotlights. No, it can't hear over a drill.
I would say that's pretty good.
So would I.
Drilled. It's like magic. The Ford logo's on.
I wonder how that happened.
Just a click of the fingers.
Oh, good lord.
Alexa, Ford logo on.
Okay.
Wait for it. There we go. Alexa, Mercedes logo on.
Okay.
Sweet.
See how clever she is. Alexa, put the Ferrari logo up.
Okay.
Whee! That's finished. That'll do. I look away for 2 seconds and the Ferrari logo's on the wall.
That's how good Alexa is.
It just magicked. Alexa, Ferrari logo on.
Okay.
Look at that. Look at that. Alexa, lounge spotlights on.
Okay.
Very nice, gentlemen. I'm sure the camera struggles with the light. That normally happens because it sees things much more brightly than the human eyes do, because of course it's a lens. But regardless, that looks absolutely mega. Of course, not finished. Everything will be tidy. Don't worry about that. Nice work. Brad has now got the camera because you and Martin were doing this before, getting everything wired up.
Yeah, so
Wired up.
this is a very temporary fix. I mean, it's literally running through the top. Once we're away on Gumball, Martin's going to tidy it up and make it look perfect. But for now, we have everything in place, working, and I guess we need to reveal exactly how it looks.
So I'm just trying to think how you can do this, because obviously if we were near one of the devices, it would hear me, but there isn't one right here. So does that mean if I go on this, can I talk to it? I've never used the app like this. I don't know if this works.
Let's try it for the first time.
Alexa? No, I don't think it works in here. I think I have to go to... Do you know what? Should I just press the button? Should I just press the
Maybe
button?
you just press the button.
You ready
3,
for this?
2, 1.
How cool is that? It's really bright. It's really, 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 really bright. The Hexagon Lighting now installed up above. Oh, look at that over the F1 show car. Look at that, it's so cool. And obviously because of the way this is done, you can separate it. So if you want just the chevrons on, you could do that. If you want just the box around the outside on, you can do that. Obviously you can have both, you can have none, you can just do whatever you would like.
It's so clever. And look, this makes such a big effect. I think when we had it laid out on the floor, it was like, how is this actually going to turn out? And now it's up there for something so, let's say, simple.
So,
it's amazing.
what I was just saying before, I fully know that this will be really bright on the camera. It is very bright, but the camera always makes things that are bright look even brighter. It exaggerates them all. Another thing we can do, by the way, we can just turn it all off, including the Halo logo on the end wall. Or we could just have the lights on and not the Halo logo, or add the Halo logo. Whatever it is we want. I'm going to end up breaking things just because I press too many buttons. So, or of course you can talk to it. If I walk over here just to talk to the Alexa that we have back here, it will do it as well. Alexa, Halo Bay off.
Okay.
Alexa, Halo Bay on. Oh, I failed. Alexa, Halo Bay on. Doesn't like that one, does it? That's all gone very wrong. Tell you what. There we go. Magic. And at the moment we have the glass on the frosted view, but obviously if we were in here, come in here and then you can view through to it as well. Alexa, Halo glass on.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool. That's really cool from here. That is really, 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 really cool.
Is it really cool?
It's really cool. It's really, really cool. I think to bring today's Building My Dream Garage episode pretty much to an end, it's that view, right? It's that view from standing back a little bit where you see all of the different logos, all of the different lights. Truly, truly awesome, if I can say so myself. When it's all tidied up, the finishing touches of this are going to be mega. Of course, I'm about to depart for Gumball 3000. I'm going to be gone for a couple of weeks. When we do get back, there are going to have been a lot of changes to the storage area, to the office space, to this whole build as well. Things will have been updated, things will have happened in the background. Martin Weber and the team will have done, plenty more for us to enjoy and to just continue the build and development of the Grandstand, of the storage and of the Shmuseum. It's unreal. Seeing each of these steps, each individual thing, from putting up the boards, to the painting, to the different banners, to having the doors now installed, to having the brand logos up, to obviously having this fabulous lighting from Hexagon Lighting. Big thanks to them as well. Do check out the different designs that you can have, from the traditional hex you might have seen to even literally building, customizing your own layouts. What an awesome thing. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Appreciate your support an awful lot. And I'll see you again very soon. Cheers.